Hey, girl. Hey, welcome to the SheShed. So, tonight I wanted to talk about a podcast or continue the conversation of a podcast that I released on Monday on the BossUP Podcast. And I was talking about the power of giving the percentage you have. And basically, what I said in that episode was if you can give 100%, give 100%. But if you can't give, all you have is 5%, give that 5% and give it the best 5% that you have. So often, what I'm seeing with women is that we are constantly giving, 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 and we're exhausted. We're wore out. We're tired. We don't want to do anything. And what that actually does is it begins to make us doubt ourselves, doubt our choices, doubt our decisions. It makes us want to give up. And it's all because you were giving from a empty cup. And so tonight in the SheShed, I want to talk about it. I am hoping that you will join in this conversation and actually help me to wrap my mind around why we do that. I want to shed some weight for myself, and I hope that this episode will allow you to shed some weight as well. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, is when we are given more than we have, it actually puts us in a position to where we are stuck and we begin to play small and we are begin to nurture a victim mindset because then you begin to feel like everybody is out for you, or you will begin to feel like you'll take everything that's said personal. And one of the things that I have had to learn is you can't take life personal. You can't take this stuff personal. If you do, you are always going to feel less than. You're always going to feel as if what you're doing is not enough. And so I want us to really wrap our minds around the fact that am I taking things personal because I'm giving more of myself than I really have to give? A lot of times we will answer that question. It will be yes. We're giving a lot more of ourselves than we have. And it's time to stop. Okay. When you are a boss, and everybody, if you've been around me long enough, you know my definition of a boss is a woman that is bold, optimistic, strategic, and self-reliant. But baby, when you give in from a place of lack, you can't do and be any of those things. You're definitely not going to act bold. You're not going to be optimistic. You're going to be very pessimistic. You're not being strategic. And you can't rely on yourself because you're tired. So I want us to really take a moment and just dive into this. Are y'all ready? I think y'all are. So here we go. The first thing I want you to do is I want to lead you into what I'm calling a guided visualization. And what I want you to do is I want you to really think about and put yourself in the position that I'm guiding you through. And the first thing you need to do is just kind of center yourself into a place that's comfortable and quiet. And if you can, close your eyes and just listen to my voice. I want you to take some really deep breaths. I want you to breathe in and I want you to really feel yourself breathing in the air. And then I want you to blow it out. And I want you to do that a couple times because one of the things that I know for certain, we have to get our mind together before we can actually start learning. Okay. And then I want you to picture yourself in a serene garden. I want you to imagine all these colors, bright colors, pinks and greens and blues and purples. Are there blue flowers? Okay, sorry, got distracted. But get into your mind to where you are seeing these vibrant colors and you're feeling a gentle breeze coming through and coming on you. And then while you're sitting in that garden, I want you to envision yourself standing tall and strong right in the middle of that garden with everything around you. And I want you to feel the warm light just taking over you and just feeling how comfortable and peaceful it is. I want you to allow every one of your senses to come together and to play in this visualization. Imagine that your feet are on the ground and you can feel the ground beneath you. You hear the leaves and the wind. You can smell the fragrance of the flowers. and you are embracing the power of your surroundings. I want you to visualize how powerful this version of yourself, the version of yourself is coming, how powerful she is. I want you to feel the confidence in your posture. I want you to sit up taller and realize this is your garden. It belongs to you. And I want you to see just how gracefully you feel in your garden that you are the leader of. And I want you to imagine leading with a purpose and an impact, visualizing the positive influence that you have on everyone around you. I want you to think about the inspiration that you can give to people. And I want you to think about the spirit that is being formed and cultivated. And then I want you to celebrate it. I want you to celebrate just how good it feels at that moment. I want you to think about how good it feels to be at peace, relaxed, and feeling as if you can do anything, all while you are in this beautiful garden. Okay, are y'all with me? Did you feel any of that? Do you feel as if you are stepping into a leadership role? Do you feel like you are in a place of power and authority? Because when you feel like that, that's who shows up. But when you feel as if you are not enough and you're not doing enough and that something is wrong and you're looking at everything that's wrong with you, that's who shows up. And the person that's showing up like that can only give 5% all the time. And she's lacking power and authority and she is feeling helpless. And that's how she's showing up. And that's how people will treat her, as if she does not have authority, as if she's weak, as if she lacks motivation and direction and strategy. That's what shows up. And it's all about a mindset. When you find yourself feeling as if I can't give nothing else, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I want you to pause and ask yourself, where is the leader in you? Where is she? How is she showing up? Is she is she showing up? Because a lot of times, if we're honest and truthful, we're not showing up. The leader is not showing up. The fragile woman that was hurt in the past, the woman that does not know her worth, the woman that does not know her value, the woman that is afraid to make a move because she's going to offend someone, the woman that is afraid that people are not going to like her if she show up in her fullness, that's who's showing up. And that woman can't do anything for anyone. So now that you have yourself in this position and you are feeling alive and you are feeling like the leader that you are, I want us to really think about how empowering that leadership is. And I want to talk about some practical steps that we can nurture, that can nurture our mindset every day of our lives. I want you to reflect on your strengths. I want you to think about the unique strengths that you have that make you a leader. Maybe it is because of the things that you have gone through in life that have created this strong leader. Maybe it's the experience that you have had on your job that makes you the best leader. Maybe it's the activity that you just completed and you realize that no one else has done that before that you know of, and now you have something that you can teach someone else. Maybe you are a leader in your business and you are wanting to scale your business to the next level, but you kind of sometimes don't show up as that leader and you're wondering why people aren't following you and going in the direction in which you need. How are you showing up? I want you to truly reflect on your strengths. And then I want you to reflect on how you can leverage those strengths in your personal and professional life. How can you utilize those strengths to make you a better person and make those around you better? Reflect on that. Reflect on your strengths. Everybody has at least one, and many of us have more than one strength. But we have been told by society that it's not strength. We have been told to downplay it and to play small. We have been told that to be seen and not heard. Now is the time for you to be seen and heard. Now is the time for you to walk in your leadership role and stand up and be the woman that you are called to be. You are a woman in leadership. You are the CEO of your own life. I need you to embrace the strength of those words. And then I want you to set a leadership intention. Establish clear leadership intentions or clear intentions on your leadership journey. What impact do you want to make? What problem do you want to solve? What legacy do you aim to create? What is it that you really want to leave this earth knowing that you did? And I want you to make intentional plans. I want you to be strategic in how you make that happen. Now, for those of y'all that are saying, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, stop. Again, what are your strengths? What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? What makes you happy? What is that thing that you would do even if you didn't get paid? What is that thing that you find joy when you're down? That thing that can make you feel like you on top of the world. What is that thing? Because that is where your leadership is. That's what your leadership skills are going to lead others to be able to do. So don't tell me that you don't know what it is. You just don't want to accept what it is. I need you to think about where it is that you really want to go. And I want you to think about what impact do you really, really want to make. And I'm going to be honest, what's going to happen is you're going to have all these thoughts of inability or lack of ability to do certain things and fear and what someone said to you when you was 5. All those things are going to bubble to the top. You're going to think about all the things that was said. You're going to think about every negative thought that you can when you're in that space. And what I need for you to do is, as they come up, I want you to create personal affirmations that aligns you with your leadership vision. So once you have identified your vision, let's say your vision is you want to work with young girls and help them develop confidence. But what happens is, as you are writing out what it is that you want to do and you're walking in this and you know you want to leave a legacy on that, you start thinking about when you was a teenager and the lack of confidence that you had and how you weren't able to stand up and speak in front of other people or whatever the case may be. I want you to write personal affirmations. So an affirmation for that could be, I am strong. I am an effective leader. I speak well. My words are displayed in a way that everyone understands. I am bold when I stand in front of people. I am confident when I stand in front of people. Opportunities are coming my way so that I can empower my knowledge, my experiences in front of other people. Okay? So when those thoughts of what you can't do start bubbling up, I want you to change the narrative. And I want you to write affirmations that will help you stand in the leadership role that you have been called to. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to surround yourself with individuals that will continue to pour into you. That is one of the things that I have noticed about a lot of women that are in a leadership role. They are on an island all by themselves. They have isolated themselves. And they've isolated themselves because when they're around other people or the people that they have normally been around, and they begin to talk about their successes and the things that they have done, it comes off as if they're bragging or boasting. And then they shy away from that because they don't want other people to feel bad. When you are around successful people and you are around people that embrace what you're doing, they're going to celebrate what you're doing. They're not going to make you feel bad about what you're doing. So who are you hanging around? Maybe that in itself is what we need to look at. Maybe we need to re-identify who our circle is. Just because someone has always been a part of your circle don't mean that they have to remain a part of your circle. Remember, you are the CEO of your own life. You can promote, demote, and terminate at any time. You do not have to sit and wait and hope that they see you for who you are. You can be around people that do see you for who you are. So maybe it's time for you to change your circle. The other thing is we have to continue learning. You have to embrace a mindset of continued education. Seek opportunities for professional development. Like, when is the last time you took a course to enhance your skills, maybe your leadership skills or whatever the problem? When is the last time you read a book about the problem that you would like to solve? When is the last time you looked up an article about something that was going on in a life of someone that you would like to work with? Because as you begin to study that person, you will begin to learn more and more about them, and you will be able to market to them. You will be able to talk to them on the things that matter to them instead of the things that matter to you. It's important that you learn who it is that you have been called to lead. It is important that you figure out everything you can about the person that you have been assigned to. Because here's the thing, a leader that has no one following them is just walking down the street by themselves. You need to make sure that you have the ability to lead someone somewhere. And the only way you can lead them is by getting to know them. So when is the last time you found things that could help you grow in your mindset as it relates to the person that you are called to, that you are assigned to? It is time for us to stop using our excuses of what happened in the past and not showing up as the person that we're supposed to be. The last thing I want you to do is to think about is to build resilience. Okay, resilience is the ability to bounce back. Okay, you got to flex your bounce back muscles. Just because something didn't go right one time, it don't mean you stop doing it. I think one of the best things that I learned when I was in marketing, in my marketing class, was that you have to, just because it don't work today, don't mean it won't work tomorrow. And then, how are you doing it? Are you giving it your 100? Have you given it everything you got? Have you done everything you can to make it work? If you haven't done everything you can to make it work, 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna work. But when you know you have done everything and it's still not working, it's okay. Put it on it, put it down for a moment, do something else, and come back to it. Because just because it didn't work then, don't mean it won't work tomorrow or next week or next month. But you have to be willing to do everything you can to make your dreams happen. Now, this whole thing came about because of the podcast that I released on Monday. And I was talking about giving 100% if you can. And if you don't have 100%, all you have is 5, give 5%. As I said, we as women, we have this tendency to want to give, and we're giving out on empty. But when you set yourself and you position yourself as a leader, even when you give 5%, you're giving more than some people will give at their 100%, because that's just who you are. But we will look at that 5% and say, oh, it's just 5%. But baby, that 5% and a leadership mindset can change the life of so many people. Don't beat yourself up because all the energy that you have today is 5%. Just give it your 100% of that 5. If you know that, oh my gosh, I might can't spend an hour with you, but I can spend 30 minutes with you. Or I can spend 15 minutes with you. But I'm going to give you the best 15 minutes that I got. I'm going to make sure some things change in your life in the next 15 minutes. Baby, sometimes that's all that person needs. They just need somebody to hear them. They just need somebody to be interested in what they're saying. They just need somebody to be on their team. They just need somebody playing out loud with them. They just need somebody that will help them to stop shrinking in who they are. They just need somebody that can show them what it looks like to stand in authority and stand in their calling and stand in who they are. And that's you. So, regardless of what you think your 100% is, to someone else, your 5% is 100%. Just give it everything you got. Remember, it is quality over quantity. I would rather have one good hour with someone that sees me, wants to be with me, it appreciates the fact that I'm there, than to sit in a room for 8 hours with someone who's just tolerating me or who don't value my presence or who don't want to be there with me. You keep that, give it to somebody else, right? It is time for us to realize it is quality over quantity. It's not about how much you do, it's about how well you do it. Let me say that again. It's not about how much you do, it's about how well you do it. You have all the abilities, you are enough, but I need you to show up as enough. Okay? Now, we talked about being a part and surrounding yourself with people who want to see you advance and want to see you prosper. This Saturday, we are hosting the Boss Life Galentine's event. We started doing Galentine's events about 4 years ago every year. It's before the pandemic, and during the pandemic we had virtual ones. Well, this year we are doing it in person, and we're going to Kickback Jacks in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I would love to see you there. I really would, because I know that the people that are going to be in that room are going to support each other. We're going to support each other. That's just how we do it. We believe that we love our girlfriends, our gal pals, and we are coming into this space knowing and realizing that we need each other. We need each other to sharpen ourselves. Iron sharpens iron. And I would love for you to be a part of that. So, again, that is Saturday, February the 10th from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock at Kickback Jacks in Raleigh. Okay, that was my little spiel. That was my marketing and advertising for that event. But in truth and in honesty, this is an opportunity for you to show up as the leader and as the CEO of your own life. It is important that you position yourself and gain energy in who you are and what you want. Because if you are constantly giving out energy that you really don't have to give, where is it coming from? Yeah, think about that. If you're constantly going, and you're tired, you're exhausted, but you're constantly giving, because as a woman, we will find a way to do it. But where is it coming from? And how are you showing up? How are you giving it? What mindset are you giving it in? What energy are you releasing into the atmosphere? You are a leader, right? But are you acting like one? Or are you just doing whatever has to be done because that's what somebody told you needs to be done? So I always leave with some type of affirmation on my Monday um, podcast. And so I want to leave you with this one. As I step into my leadership journey, I embrace the vision of my empowered self. Today, I commit to nurturing a mindset that aligns with my leadership goals. And then I want you to say this. You can say it with me. I am confident, I am capable, and I am destined for success. I have nothing but confidence in you. Nothing but confidence in you. And I know that you have the ability to do anything and everything that you set your mind to. But you got to stop killing yourself trying to please people and trying to do it their way or comparing yourself to what you see other people doing. What were you called to do? And as she shared, we shared the weight and we be real, real conversations. And so I'm just wondering, what do you need to share so that you can show up as the best version of yourself? What do you need to share? No one can answer that question but you. All right. Thank y'all for joining me in the SheShed. I will see y'all next week. All right. Love you. Bye.